guys, we just went to see John Wick 3, Parabellum, and we wanted to give a little movie review. So, sorry about the lighting. It's kind of weird. Anyway, there are going to be spoilers in this one. So, yeah, we saw the movie. And first off, I think I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I give it like a C. C+. And that's because there's a lot of reasons. Like,
to put it shortly, what I will say is because it does not live up to the hype.
Yeah, I don't understand why the rating was so high. On Rotten Tomatoes, it was what, 97%?
Well, on Fandango, like 2 nights ago, the rating was 97%. And then I checked while I was buying our tickets, and it dropped to 90%.
Oh,
but
really?
Still, that's really high for this kind of movie.
That is really high.
First 2 movies, I felt they were building this assassin world where there are rules and there's procedure. And to me, I know you don't agree, but to me, I felt that they didn't take full advantage of this quote-unquote world that they built.
Okay, and I think they overdid it with that. Because there used to be this show that I would watch, and I got sick of it because it was a Kevin Bacon show. I think it was on Netflix. I can't remember what it was called, but it was this show about a serial killer who had a bunch of followers, and every time you would turn around, someone would turn out to be one of his followers, and you'd see like a cop walking down the street that all of a sudden would, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden they would be like one of the followers, and they would try to kill the person that was against the serial killer, trying to catch the serial killer, which was Kevin Bacon trying to catch the serial killer. But it became ridiculous to where every single person would turn around and be in cahoots with the guy, the killer guy. And so it became ridiculous and boring because every person just turned out to be with this guy. It annoyed me that every person on the street turns out to be part of this world that knows about the assassins and knows about everything that's going on, because he literally gets in a fucking taxi and he gives the guy a gold coin, which they use to pay for stuff. You know, as the assassins, they use these gold coins to pay. If you haven't seen the movies, they use these gold coins to pay for everything, right? He gives the taxi driver a gold coin and says, you know, take my dog to the hotel, drop him off. And he's like, yes, Mr. Wick. Like, he already knew who he was. And I was so ridiculous. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to tell me that every taxi driver in New York knows who you are and knows who all the assassins are? And, like, it was overly done. It was kind of ridiculous how many people, like, knew about the world and were involved in their assassin's world. It was kind of annoying.
And I'm sorry, but... And I know it's meant... I mean, the movie is called John Wick. But, does he really need to be that good?
Yeah, it also... Hold on.
He's too good.
Hold on. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Hold on. Yes.
Or is that just a stupid...
No. Turn off the... oh, no, because the air is going to go off. I agree. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I know it's a freaking action movie and it's not supposed to be realistic, but it didn't make any sense that he could be stabbed in the shoulder, lose a finger. You know what I mean? He has all these injuries, and yet he's going to somehow keep going and keep going. Nobody's body is that strong. Even the boogeyman, like, nobody could keep going. Baba Yaga. Yeah. Nobody could keep going like that.
You keep saying it's an action movie and they're not supposed to have stories, but, you know, to me...
No, I want it to have a story.
To me, Terminator 2 is an action movie, but that's my most favorite action movie because there is a story. There's some substance. No,
that's what I was saying.
To it.
I do want it to have substance. I'm saying most people probably give it such a high rating because they don't care about the substance. They just wanted the action.
From John Wick 1 to 3, the substance has been going boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
It's been going down. Which, I don't understand why the rating is so high.
And now with the 4th one, boom.
And they set it up to where there's probably going to be a 4th movie, and I'm like, really? They should have ended it there. I really thought he was going to die at the end of 3.
He should have died.
And that would have just been the end of it.
He should have died.
And I think that he should have died. And, you know, nobody wants the hero. He's not really a hero. He's an assassin. Yeah. I mean, nobody wants the...
He's not a good guy.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. Nobody wants the main character to die, but, like, I feel like he should have died at the end, and that would have been, like, the closure of the whole world or the whole thing, and it would have made sense because eventually he's got to die.
But if this movie was the last movie, let's just say that it was going to be a trilogy, right? I would have said the John Wick story ended with a thud because it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
There were some parts, and I'm like, all right, let's just keep it moving.
I don't think there should be a part 4.
Let's keep it moving. Which sucks because part 1 and 2 are so good.
And
Part 1 is really good.
We'll continue to always watch part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Because they're really good.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I would want to buy part 3.
I will buy part 3 just because we have the other 2. Might as well have part 3.
I guess.
But you know, during their
guess.
interviews, these people involved with John Wick 3, they're talking about bringing the Matrix back.
Yeah.
With Keanu
You
Reeves.
told me that. My arm's starting
So
to hurt.
I mean, how is that going to work? Is it going to be a Matrix 4, which would make no sense because how Revolutions ended, or is it going to be a reboot? And if so, why even have Keanu?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll just be like he's gonna be the main
Oh,
character.
you know what? They would have to have a Keanu because the one is always Keanu Reeves. Like the one is always his persona. You know what I mean? It looks like
Excuse me.
Keanu Reeves. So it would have to be him, right?
Me.
Anyway, we're digressing.
Yeah, you're digressing big time. This is not about the Matrix.
I personally give John Wick 3 thumbs down.
Well, I did 1 out of 7. 1 out of 10. So. What's yours?
To me, I think 7 is being too
Generous?
Mhm.
Really? I was trying to be a little generous. I was gonna say a 6 at first.
I was thinking either 5.5 or 6.
It was just that all the action too was like, you could see the actors pausing and
Yeah.
like.
Oh, they pause a lot.
They paused too much to where you're like, you could see how fake it was. It wasn't going fast enough to where it looked real.
It didn't seem natural.
Yeah, it was.
I listened to it, I was like, this is a movie, but it
I
didn't
know,
seem.
but it.
But if you're gonna make an action movie, make it good.
It needs to look real.
Make it believable.
Exactly. It needs to look real. Like, you could literally see the actors pausing and waiting for their cue to strike or whatever. There was too many pauses
I saw
between.
Keanu doing that a lot.
No, I didn't notice it with him, but I noticed it with all the other actors to where they were like going like this, just basically standing there waiting for him to pretend to shoot them in the neck or whatever.
Now, someone in your audience might want to quote me on this because there is something, there's a definition, like a technical definition for that type of fighting where, oh, what movie was it? But it was like a samurai movie where even though there's a group of samurai, they each took their turn and they waited their turn to fight the quote unquote the hero or
that's kind of what they
the
were
protagonist.
doing.
So I mean that maybe they were trying to follow like that
The rules.
right, that
The rules of combat.
exactly.
I mean, I do feel like
When it comes to that type of cinema.
They were trying to show him respect and like like back in Bruce Lee movies, they would kind of like take their turns fighting him, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're sitting in the parking lot of Whole Foods and people are walking by and staring at us because we're filming ourselves. So we're gonna go inside and get some things we need. Logan's birthday is coming up, and I need some. I think I haven't bought it in so long. I forget. I think it's called mayonnaise. I want the vegan mayonnaise that tastes like Miracle Whip. So they have that here. I think it's called Neo Whipped or something like that. I haven't bought it in a really long time, but we're gonna go look because I'm gonna make macaroni salad for Logan's birthday, and we're gonna have Beyond Burgers and Beyond Bratwurst, and yeah, so we're gonna get prepared for that. But anyway, that's our review of John Wick 3. Let us know if you've seen it or if you plan to see it in the comments and what you guys thought of it. Please give me a rating of 1 to 10 what you thought of it if you've seen it, or come back after you've seen it and leave a comment because I'm really curious to know what you guys think about it. And if you don't like action movies, well then I'm sorry. I hope you didn't watch this video and get bored. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching my little broccoli bites, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.